Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Okan Sebastian, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can fully bulletproof your own mind. Now, first things we have to understand are the reasons why you are feeling the way you are feeling right now mentally, right? Whether if you're feeling positive or negative doesn't really matter, but you have to do self-reflection, okay? That is really the key thing in order for you to develop yourself mentally in any kind of way. You have to understand why you are the way you are, basically. And a lot of people never do that, right? Majority of the people never do any kind of self-reflection. And if you can't do any self-reflection, I'm telling you, there is no way to go. Okay? You're always going to be the same. By only understanding the things that we need to change, we can change. Okay? And change happens by changing, right? So in order for you to bulletproof your mind, you have to have the ability to understand the things you're doing wrong and having the motivation, having the urge to fix those things, right? So the first thing we want to do in order to bulletproof our mind is to get into the uncomfort, to the discomfort, right? Getting outside of the comfort zone, right? Doing things that are making you feel uncomfortable, right? So for as an example, if we imagine that this circle is your comfort zone, if we are always going to be staying inside of this circle, we're always going to be staying inside of this circle. But every single time that we get out of the circle, we expand new areas, new levels, right? New abilities, new skills. So if you want to grow mentally, you have to learn to get outside of your comfort zone. That is the only way to grow mentally, through hardship. Understanding that by training your mind is exactly the same thing as you would be training your body, any muscle, right? You go to the gym, you do bicep curls hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and throughout the time, by tearing the muscle and it repairs itself, your bicep will grow. So it's the same thing with your mind, right? By going through uncomfortable situations. But the very key taken here, by the way, is to understand how are we also going to grow is by implementing these new abilities and new techniques when we are in these uncomfortable situations. Meaning that you have your old habits. Now these habits have came from your past. Maybe your parents have taught you to act in a certain way, or all kinds of things, your past and everything. But we have to learn new things, new ways to manage the situations correctly. Meaning that, let's say you get into uncomfortable situations. For most of the people, the reaction is run, right? But we want to change that aspect from running to facing the problem. So, meaning that if there are people, for as an example, that make you feel uncomfortable, some specific people, I bet everybody has those type of people in their lives. Somebody who just makes you feel annoyed, who you don't like so much. The key taken here is to learn to be around those people. And I'm not just talking about your ex or whatever, like your ex-wife, ex-boyfriend, whatever. I'm talking about people that are making you feel uncomfortable, anxious maybe. So being able to be in uncomfortable situations. That's the key in here, right? Not running away from these type of things anymore. In order for you to create a bulletproof mind, you have to stop running away from the problem. Now, if we are always running away from a problem, is it ever going to get fixed? Now, if you have this issue with some person, for as an example, there's always going to come people who you're always going to have the same type of issues with, right? So it is not them that needs to get fixed, it is your reaction. You understand where this is going? So the problem from the beginning has always been you. Now you're going to probably get defensive here, but you have to understand, do you want to get better? Ask yourself this question. Do I want to get better? If you say yes, then take it like I said it. You are the problem. We can only change by taking full responsibility over our life. Understanding that nobody's coming to save me. Do I want to get healthy? Do I want to get better? Do I want to start finally living a happy life? Then understand that only by changing your reaction, by changing how your mind has been programmed, you can get better. Right? So being able to be in uncomfortable situations. And obviously by exercising and all this kind of stuff, we can get into uncomfortable situations. But I think this is the key taken here. Changing our reaction. Like for as an example, I'm going to give you a good example. If you're somebody who likes exercising, do you think that by going to the gym is going to make you go to an uncomfortable situation? I don't think so. Right? So for as an example, for somebody who likes exercising, he needs to do something else that is making him feel uncomfortable. But if somebody doesn't like exercising, then obviously that person needs to start exercising. This is the only way that we can grow mentally. Now, how to bulletproof your mind is obviously by doing these kind of practices that I was just talking about, right? Because understanding that the only things that are limiting us in our lives are self-created beliefs. Right? You are believing yourself that because of this person, I cannot be happy. That is false belief. That is not real. That is a delusional belief. Meaning that if this person is acting like this, I need to be anxious. Why? Just to stop for a second. Because I actually stopped for a second, even myself started to think that that's crazy. You're telling yourself that because this person is acting in a certain way, you cannot be happy right now. You need to be uncomfortable. Why would you limit your life through somebody else's actions? That's mad. And I'm telling you, you're not the only one. This is the problem with 99.9% of the people, I think. I've just started to realize these things even myself in the past few years. That why would I limit my life because of somebody else? Let's say somebody did you dirty. Somebody did you wrong in the past. Now you're thinking about it, stressing, being anxious. Why? That's crazy to me. That you are living uncomfortable because of what someone else did. Because you've been programmed that way. Because your friends are thinking like this. Because your parents are thinking like this. Because the majority of the people are thinking like this. Now it means that you have to think like this too. No, that's absolutely not true. Once you start getting on the journey and bulletproofing your mind, this is the first step that you want to take. Forget about others. Learn to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Turn uncomfortable to comfortable. That's the key, guys. If you want to start living a good life, the key take is to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. To be comfortable around uncomfortable people, right? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is creating a routine. And a routine that is not on your favor. Those were key words right there at the end. A routine that is not on your favor, right? So create a routine, create a routine that is not on your favor. That is not on your favor. Right? This is key. So what does this mean? Creating a routine that is not on your favor. It means that, let's say for as an example, you're a person who doesn't read much, who doesn't write much, who doesn't maybe enjoy it that much either. Your responsibility now is to add that exactly into your routine. Let's say you don't like cooking. Now, your responsibility is to add cooking 2-3 times a day into your routine. You don't like to wake up early in the morning. Now your responsibility is to start waking up early. Is by doing hard stuff, doing things that our mind don't like, bulletproofs our mind, right? By doing things that our mind, by correcting these false limiting beliefs that we have gotten by somewhere, from something, from the past, whatever has created these false beliefs in your mind, is by deleting them and fitting them into our daily routine. This is how you bulletproof your mind, is by doing things and deleting the false beliefs, right? Very key. So creating a routine that is not on your favor, absolutely very important. Now the next thing is to understand that your emotions just are. Meaning that you are not your mind. You are not your mind. There is a book by Eckhart Tolle. I can't remember which book it was. There are many books by him. But there's this one book, I think it was The Power of Now, or You're Not Your Mind, whatever the name of the book was. But it's explaining you how you are not your emotions, how you're not your thoughts. And once you fully understand this fact, you will start living a free life. You will start living with a bulletproof mind, in a kind of a sense. Of course, that's not the only thing. Like, there's many things in order for you to bulletproof your mind. But once you can divide yourself from your emotions, from your thoughts, you will start living a very different life. For an example, here's an uncomfortable situation. Let's say there's a person who I do not like, right? My mind is telling, run away. I'm feeling anxious. I don't want to be here. Oh, F this guy, F that, blah, blah, blah. But once you understand that all of this music, all of these feelings are not real, they just are, your aspects on everything will change. Then you're just going to be standing there, oh, okay, cool. Like watching emotions and thoughts like there were clouds in the sky. That is when the change happens. And this is the way to bulletproof your mind. Did you guys hear what I just said? Because that's fucking magical. Let's be honest. That is magical, guys. Once you can be in uncomfortable situations, have full control over your mind, have full control over your thoughts, that's when you start winning in life. Okay? My name is Okan. I hope you guys got something out of today's video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.